Hi, I'm Donna Perigin, and I'm going to talk a little bit about um, what I do for vine borers and squash bugs. So, my dad used to do this, and he taught me this, but this is the first time I've done it really in with this method. So, I want to talk to you a little bit about that. So, I think I'm having pretty good success, and what I'm using is BT. Okay, I'm using BT, which is also called, this is the name brand Thuricide. And then I'm taking a needle and injecting the BT into the squash. So I'm going to show you my squash and how successful I've been. I need to do another treatment today, and I'll show you how I do that. But I'll show you why I need to do another treatment. So you can see my squash here, and what I'm doing is I'm injecting the squash for vine borers. And, oh, I do have a bug there. But that is not a squash bug. It's some other kind of beetle. And this is the first time I've been over here for a while. And it looks like I do have a few eggs. Okay, right here. I see that now. I've got a few squash bug eggs. Let's get a close-up on those. And so I haven't had too much trouble with them. I'm going to pull those off today. So what I'm going to do with those, I'm not even going to try to pull them off with tape or anything. I didn't bring any scissors with me over here to the farm today, but what I'm going to do is just tear them off. So I just tear them off. I tear off part of the leaf with the eggs on it. Okay, and your plant will survive that. Okay, and that way I'm getting rid of them very easily. I don't have to get tape out or anything, pick them off. That's a lot of trouble. So I just tear it off. It doesn't kill the plant to do that. And then what I often do with them is put them into some soapy water to kill the eggs. So I don't have any right now because I didn't expect to find any. This is the first set of squash eggs I've had. So you can see here that I've got a plant or two, maybe that one as well, that's been hit by a vine borer. And how you can tell is all of those yellow leaves. And so these two rows of squash right here, I treated with the BT about 2 weeks ago, okay, and maybe 3 weeks ago. And so now you can see it's starting to get some damage. So I'm going to go back through today and redo that. Now, I didn't treat these smaller squash with BT because they were too little at the time to really inject. They were very tiny. So you can see that they're getting some potential damage from the vine borer. So I want to go through and treat them today. But you can see the difference here is that the ones that are larger are much greener. I only have one or two that are turning yellow in this entire patch because I've been using that BT. So I'll keep you guys updated as the summer goes on as to how that's working. I have found 8 squash bugs so far, and I expect I'll find a couple more today because of these eggs that are here. And I killed them, but I just really haven't had the pressure from the squash bugs that I thought I would have. So that's what I'm planning to do. Now, if I do continue to have pressure from the squash bugs, what I'm going to do is use some neem oil with soap and spray that on, because honestly it doesn't matter what insecticide you use, you're not going to have success with those things. You know, the only thing I've found is this injection with BT to be successful. Okay, so what I do is I take this BT and I draw it up into a syringe, okay, like this, and I can't really do that while I'm holding the camera, so I'm going to do that off camera. So I just turn it sideways and suck it up in there, okay, and I'll leave most of the cover on there, the foil cover, okay, so I'll do that while I'm off camera. See the frass there. See the frass? That's where he is. And I'm going to go ahead and get him. Looks like I might have a couple of them. Yep, I'm going to do that. So I think this one also probably has a vine borer. So I'm going to go ahead and get this guy. I don't know you know, whether we're going to get them. I hope we do this time. Anyway, I'm going to go through and do all of these squash, and hopefully I can get ahead of these vine borers. So you can see some vine borer damage right there. You can see the vine borer damage, and these are the ones that I hadn't treated, and they're getting damaged, but most of the ones that I did treat did not get any damage. So it's possible that I just skipped a couple when I was doing my initial treatment with the BT. So I'm going to get those today, and hopefully they'll perk back up. So you can see here, I cut the leaves back on those two squash that were yellow, and you can see that they, well, I need to do another one over there. You can see that they do have frass, but I'm not seeing any frass from the vine borers on any of the other squash. So I think I had just missed these when I treated with the BT, with the injecting BT. So I'm going to go ahead, maybe look a little yellow there, I'll just go ahead and get it too. And that way I can make a better assessment in a few days of, you know, how effective my treatment is. I'm not going to poke. I know there's a vine borer in there, but I'm not going to poke the stem and try to get him out. I'm just going to see if this treatment will be effective. Okay, so I'll update everybody in a few days and let you know whether the treatment was effective or not. We'll keep an eye on these two. Another thing I want to mention is that I've gone through all of these squash and I haven't seen any more squash bug eggs or squash bugs. So my initial assessment is that those eggs were laid from some that hadn't died yet from the BT. It does take a few days for that BT to work, and sometimes those bugs will just come in and attack, and you know, they'll start mating right away. So I think that they are dead. I'm really pleased to not see any more. And again, I don't see any frass on the ones that were not yellowed, except these down here. I don't think I treated those at all. They were just too little. So I've gone through and treated all of my squash and cucurbits, but I did not treat all of the cucumber, except some of the cucumbers I didn't get, because it's hard to get those cucumbers with that needle. They're very tough. So I think I'm going to keep a wait and see approach on those cucumbers and just kind of see where we're at in a week or two. Okay, so after going through all of the squash and examining them and picking the squash that were ready today, I didn't notice any additional squash bug eggs or squash bugs. And I didn't see any frass on the other squash plants that were not the severely yellowed ones. It's normal to have a few yellow leaves at the bottom of a plant, but to have the whole plant turning yellow is not. That's due to the vine borers. And see, I didn't treat these for vine borers. I didn't treat these with BT, and the smaller ones, because they were just too little. And so I do see some frass on those. Okay, I do see some frass on those, so those are getting hit with the vine borers. So I'm hoping that this treatment will get ahead of them, and I'll update you guys in a few days.